I dedicated and devoted myself to whatever it takes to get through this,
Yeah.
but to keep my heart open.
When this started happening to you, you essentially were having a nervous breakdown,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And so your body was reacting differently to your mind,
Mm,
and your heart was reacting one way. So you were split, you were shattered.
mm,
Talk us through the process of the dying every night.
mm.
Talk us through how it felt, and talk us through the visions you spoke of. You spoke of spaceships, you spoke of the characters, you spoke of all the different civilizations. Speak through what you can remember.
Mm, okay, so I'll start with the dying process first, and I guess that links back to the oracle picture of the doula, because I realized, oh, that I was in a process of birthing myself, and then I'd also remembered back to when I'd sat in satsang, with a guru or spiritual teacher, and all of them at some point had spoke about the moment when they became enlightened. It's like I sat under a tree for days and cried, and then I had an epiphany. It's like all these sort of memories were coming back, and here I was, like crying for days. Like I wasn't even crying about the relationship. I was crying about something so much bigger and so much greater. This deep betrayal of life itself. It wasn't about the relationship, like at all, almost, because what was going through was so much bigger. And I it occurred to me because I realized, wow, I actually feel okay in the mornings, and in the evenings I I literally go into terror. And this went on, yeah, it was about for 3 months. Every single day I realized that then I was being born again in the morning, and throughout the day I would get older, and by the evening I would die again. And then at first it was terrifying, and I didn't know what was going on, and I thought that I was going crazy, because it does it. If you don't know what's going on, it it leads you to think that you are going mad. And I could really understand that this is where people don't know how to manage themselves. People don't know what is happening when they have a
And
breakdown, and they
they end
think,
up in an asylum.
yeah,
Yeah.
they end up in an asylum, or people being saying that they're bipolar or ADHD or whatever other labels they want to
Schizophrenic.
have.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there was one evening, it was like it was raining outside, and I hadn't eaten for days because I wasn't able to eat through this process. I was sleeping like only 4 hours a night, and then I was like, oh my god, I better eat something. So I ended up getting these crackers, and it started raining outside, and then I was sitting in the corner, and all of a sudden I felt like really alone. Like I am alone. There is nobody here who can help me. Nothing.
Mm.
And in darkness, and I was eating these crackers, and then I was having this memory of this guru talking about going mad, and that's the moment that they get enlightened. And I was like, oh, I wonder if this is going to be my moment. It's like, are you mad to think about that? Well, I'm eating crackers. Oh, going crackers. Oh my god, I'm losing my mind, and I'm dying, and I'm eating crackers, and I'm going crackers. Oh my god, I'm eating crackers, and I'm going crackers. And I was like sitting in this corner of this caravan, like in this state, realizing, wow, if somebody comes in right now, they're gonna think I'm going absolutely mad, and they would
Because you were
take me
laughing,
away.
weren't you?
Yeah, because I started simultaneously laughing and crying, full on, at the same time. And it was extraordinary. And because I'd heard about this from, yeah, other teachings and satsang and whatever, and I thought, whoa, this is actually true. This happens, and this is actually, trust the process, Hazel. Trust the process, because this is deep, deep purification. Even though it feels like you're losing your mind, that's actually what you want. You're essentially losing and shedding those old parts of you, And I knew that that was what was happening. I was losing and shedding those parts of me that enabled me to have had that life before. So I knew I was in a deeply, deeply transformational process, and I had to be my greatest guide through that. I had to hold myself.
Yeah.
And I had to, because I worked very deeply with the wheel of the year, I literally was implementing and embodying the wheel of the year every single day.
You mean the pagan wheel of the year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the goddess wheel, the pagan wheel, you know, the wheel, the cycles of nature. I was applying it every single day because I was in that process of life, death, rebirth every single day for like 3 months.
The way you described it to me is you were almost in like an obsessive state of control.
What do you mean?
With the way you spoke and received everything to the point where everything meant something.
Well, I think what happened was that everything became alive.
Yeah, that's what I mean through animism.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything spoke to me. The plants, the flowers, the trees. I could hear the consciousness of everything. And even how everything was placed in the cabin. It was like, okay, this stone can't be next to that stone now. And you might think, yeah, oh my God, this is really somebody going mad.
It's what it sounds like obsessive compulsive disorder, right?
Yeah.
Where everything has to be in order, everything has to be in a particular place.
Yeah. And it was divine guidance. And that divine guidance was guiding me on a daily basis on how to answer that telephone call from my ex or from somebody from my past life who I knew it was going to be traumatic again. And I didn't know at the time, but it was going to be another dose of gaslighting. And that was the only thing I had to self-source myself. And yeah, be in contact with nature and my power tools and this was the shamanism coming alive in me because it's the only thing I had left.